Hello everybody, welcome to another video from Currency Collector Searcher. My name is Victor, and today, as you see on your screen there, we are going to be reviewing the recent online currency sales roundup. Now these are going to be strictly $1 bills that have sold online on eBay over the past about 7 days, 6 or 7 days. So I'm going to show you some of the more prominent sales that have occurred. The reason why I want to do this is a lot of you are new to my channel. So this will hopefully whet your appetite to show you the possibilities of what's out there when you search for $1 bills. $1 bills have the highest profit margin versus 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100s. So I want to show you what's out there, what they look like, what they sell for. Take a look at the photos that people use, some good, some bad, and take a look at the descriptions that they use as well, okay, when they list their items. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is that right now on eBay under fancy serial numbers, there's over 16,000 that are listed currently on eBay for sale. And over the past 90 days, over 5,400 have sold. So that's about 60 per day. Okay, so this is a liquid market. If you're not participating in this, I just want to say you're really missing out. Okay, and you're going to see why here in just a minute as we start going through some of these. Okay, so this first one here, this is called a bookend note because it has 38 at the beginning and the end of the fancy serial number. And this one has 4 zeros in the middle, which makes it even that more attractive. The more aesthetically pleasing a note is, usually the more it will sell for. So this is very aesthetically pleasing to the eye with those 4 zeros in the middle. This is a gem, uncirculated condition note. So this one is for a 1988A, and this one sold with 16 bids. It sold for $45. They don't normally sell for this much. It did because it's a gem and also because it has 4 zeros in the middle. So this is a very nice sale. Now this next one here, this is a binary. A binary means there's only 2 numbers in the serial number. A trinary means there's 3. A solid means there's only 1. So this is a binary. And this one, again, very aesthetically pleasing. All the numbers are together. It has 5 5s followed by 3 4s. If they were spread out more, with a 4 between the 5s, it wouldn't be so aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and it probably would not be as valuable as this one. So this one, in this condition, did manage to sell for $34 with 14 bids. So these are in pretty good demand. There's a lot of people out there looking for these. So if you run across one of these, just know that it's worth a lot more than $1, okay? All right, now this next one here, now this is what I did a video on last week. These are matching pairs or matching sets of fancy serial numbers, okay? Now these are birthday notes. This is May 30th, 1913. So that's the LD block, and this is the LE block. So these two together sold for $50. These do have folds in them. I'm sure they've been in circulation for quite a while. I don't know how this person ended up finding 2 of the same ones like this. That's pretty incredible to me. This seller does sell a lot of notes like this that have the same serial number. And he does very, very, very well on eBay. So if you have a fancy serial number, and you'll see more here in a minute, but if you have a fancy serial number and you find another one that's the same, they usually sell for quite a nice premium versus just selling one by itself. All right, now this one here, this is a near solid. Okay, this has 7 6s and there's a 7 in the middle of them there. Okay, so this is a near solid, not the most clear picture there, but the note does seem to be in pretty good condition. Okay, but 6s are not in that high demand. 7s and 8s, 1s and 0s are the ones that are in the highest demand that go for the highest premium. But this one here, this is uncirculated. Okay, so it's in very, very nice condition. And this one did manage to sell for $61.99. There was 22 people or 22 bids that went in on this. So these uncirculated notes that have 6, 7, or 8 of a kind solids, these are in pretty high demand. Okay, so if you find one of those, consider yourself very fortunate because they're really difficult to find. All right, now this is one of those 2013 B block star notes. These were duplicated by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. They erroneously, mistakenly printed the same serial number, one at the Fort Worth facility and one here at the DC facility. So if you find a matching pair, they've been selling for about $4,000 or $5,000. So people are buying these, by themselves for usually anywhere between about $25 up to $100. Okay, so this one did manage to sell for $56 with 7 bids. So people are accumulating these and then trying to find their duplicate. And now this is just one page. Somebody sold about 25 or 30 of these on July 6th. And each one of them sold for, anywhere from 1 to, 4, 5, 6, 7 bids. But they sold a whole bunch of these individually. This one sold for $24.50. These are the 2013B duplicate star notes. $24.50, $56, $20, $24.50. So, these are out there. If you find your match, you're very fortunate. Okay, so good job by that seller in selling those, one at a time like that. It took a lot of work to do that. Now this one here, this is a 6 of a kind. This has 6 sixes in a row. So again, fairly aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay, this one is not gem mint. You can see it's weathered. It has a little bit of staining in it. Kind of soiled a little bit, but nonetheless. This one with 6 sixes in a row did manage to sell for $51 with 11 bids. So, if you have these 6s in a row versus 6 of a kind, they normally sell for more money. Okay. All right. Now this one here, this is a birth year note. Okay. I wouldn't say this is this could be a birthday note, August 8th of 1966, but this is a birth year note of 1966. So somebody who has a business that opened or some kind of an anniversary or a birthday, a birth year of 1966 would certainly like to have this mounted on the wall perhaps or on their desk. So this note here with these real nice 4 8s after it, which kind of sets out that 1966, kind of makes that stick out pretty nicely there. But this one did manage to sell for about $30. Okay, so that's very nice. Trailing 8s with the first 4 numbers being the actual year. So that is very desirable by many people who have 1966 as a year that's important to them. Now, this next one here, this is not my sale. I went to my bank on yesterday, on Friday morning, and I got 2 bank straps of 2021 brand new uncirculated $1 bills. I sold one for $145. This one managed to sell for $140. So, I found out which day of the week my bank gets the new bank straps in. So mine come in on Wednesdays. So if you go to your local bank and just ask them, what day do you get your bank straps delivered? If you go to the bank, usually in the morning on that day, or maybe a little bit after the truck delivers them, just go to the counter and ask them for $100 or a few $100s of the new bank straps, and they may have some in the vault for you. Okay, and if you find some, now this one doesn't have any star notes. This is just all uncirculated notes. Okay, there's no star on these. But if you find one that has star notes, they've been selling for anywhere between $200 and $250. If they're all star notes, more on the higher end. If they're maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 star notes, maybe $200 or so. All right, so it's really worth the drive to try to get some of these because you can, pretty much double your money if you have some star notes, okay? But this one sold for $140. So after fees, this seller probably took home $120. So, bought it for $100, made about $20 on it, okay? All right, now this one here, this is what I talked about before. This is the matching pair, okay? Now people do try to, and this is what I'm doing with some of the notes that I have. I'm trying to find the matching serial number. This one is the J block. This is the H block. Now this person got these graded because they were in very nice condition, okay? But if you can sell the same serial number, okay, even on a different denomination, a $1 bill and a 2 or a 1 and a 5 or a 1 and a 10, they can sell for a nice premium, okay? I can tell you, if this was sold individually, it would not sell for $142, okay? But these together, matching pairs, do seem to sell for quite a bit of a nice premium, okay? So So these two right here sold for $285 as a matching pair, okay? And they were graded. I'm just finding this out here, that matching pairs seem to sell for quite a lot of money. So keep that in mind as you're looking for notes and considering selling some of yours. All right, now this one here, now 7s and 8s are the numbers that are in high demand. 7s because they're a lucky number, but also 7s and 8s because China and Japan and some of the other Asian cultures really put a high value on those numbers, 7s and 8s. So when you have notes that have a lot of 7s or a lot of 8s, they're usually in pretty high demand. So even in this condition, looks like it's pretty wrinkled. You know, it has creases going through, up and down over here. Even in this condition, you know, this one sold with 13 bids. It managed to sell for $66. Don't think that the condition, because it's poor, is only worth about $10 or $15. This binary note here sold for $66. So very nice job. Now this here, this is different. If you're new to my channel, you may not have seen one of these before, okay? And you might come across this and just think it's nothing, but this has one of every number. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? This is called a broken ladder, okay? This is the numbers 1 through 8, not in numerical order, okay? So this is a complete broken ladder, 8 digits. Now, a lot of people like to collect these, this is pretty weathered as well. A lot of wrinkles, a lot of folds, a lot of staining on this, all right? But even in this condition, it did manage to sell for about $25. So if you come across anything that has, the serial number has no repeating numbers, even if they're not 1 through 8, it could be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 0. That would still be what's called a unique ladder, okay? A unique broken ladder. And those also sell for some money. So keep that in mind as you're looking for notes. All right, now this next one here, this is one that I happen to sell. That's my handle right there, Collecting 2020. All right, so if you want to follow my channel there, you can see what I have up there for sale. You can learn how to put the description. You can learn what notes I have for sale, how much I'm asking for them, to really get an idea of, of how to do this. But now this one, I found this note. This is a birthday year note, but it's also a radar note, okay? It has 1959, and then it has a backwards 1959. So it reads the same frontwards and backwards, okay? So this one managed to sell. It's not a binary. I don't know why I put binary up there. It's not a binary. It's a trinary. But it is a birthday note, and it sold for $59. So somebody, loves the year 1959. And when they saw this, they probably wanted to have this as a cornerstone of their collection, and they bought it for $59. So I was very happy about that. All right, now this one here, now I'm not a big fan of using filters to make these notes look like they're, all white. This takes out a lot of the imperfections in the photograph of the note. I'm not a big fan of this. This seems to be a little bit deceiving in my opinion. If you're going to put notes up, put them up like this. Or put them up like that, or put them up like that. Just make them a little bit more clear, perhaps, with using a filter. But when you start doing this, and making them, all white, it takes out a lot of the imperfections, and it can be a little bit deceiving, in my opinion. So anyway, with that being said, this one is 7 in a row. We call it into near solid ones. More aesthetically pleasing with these 7 in a row ones. But this one did managed to sell with 19 bids, sold for $79. So these bills, or these notes that have 7 and a kind, are in high demand. Now remember, the 1s, the 7s, the 8s, and 0s are going to command a higher value than the 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Okay, 9s also command a higher value. So the ones that have a lower value are 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Everything else seems to have more of a higher value. Okay, now here's another one that I sold recently. If you saw a recent short video that I did, after I came back from the Northeast Oklahoma Coin Show, where I met some of the other top influencers in the dollar bill currency market, like Blue Ridge Silverhound, for example, and Rob Fine's Treasure. I did go to a gas station, and I got this one note and change, this $5 bill. I got a tank of gas, and the $5 bill they gave me, it was this right here, this descending ladder, 70, 69, 68, 67. I couldn't believe it when I got it. I almost fell to the ground. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I wish somebody was there to witness this with me. But anyway, so I did put it on eBay when I got back, and it did sell for $29. Someone just bought it right away. Didn't even put in a best offer. They just bought it for 29 bucks. So keep in mind, when you have something like this that has numbers that are either ascending or descending, there is a value for those, okay? All right, now I wanted to show you this one here. I don't normally do many graded notes, but this is very rare. This is a serial number 10, okay? The lower the serial number, the higher the value is, okay? So this has 7 zeros, but it's a serial number 10. When they got this graded, okay, they even put on there serial number 10. Now, it did get graded as a 66, a gem uncirculated out of a 70. So it's a very, very, highly graded note as well. So if you come across anything that has, I'd say more than 5 zeros or more, okay, in the serial number, that is a low serial number, and it's going to come with a premium, okay? All right, now this one did manage to sell for $650, okay, graded. So this is a very, very nice sale. It's an ultra low serial number, very, very low. This is literally, these 1 through 10 serial numbers, they make 96 million notes in a block. This is the L block. This is literally, these 2-digit serial numbers like this, are literally one in a million, okay? So, all right, now this one here, this is a 7 of a kind, or also a near solid. This is a binary, okay? This seller didn't put near solid or didn't put 7 of a kind. They just put binary. But still, I think it would have sold for more. It would have caught more people's attention if they would have put those key words in there, near solid or 7 of a kind. But nonetheless, this $1 bill did sell for about $36, with 5 bids on it. So, a good sale there by this bidder. Probably could have sold for a little bit more, though, if they would have put the right words up in the description. All right, now this one here, this is a 3-digit serial number. Okay, this has 5 leading zeros with the 827. So it's a 3-digit serial number. Okay, it seems to be in decent condition. Okay, it's a 2013. Well, actually, it's in great condition because this person put it as a gem. I thought it was a little bit folded down here. It looks a little bit curved at the bottom. But anyway, it's listed as a gem, uncirculated. Okay, so in this condition, this one did manage to sell for $42. Now this one, with a 3-digit serial number, okay, sold for $42, and I think I thought I saw one that sold for a 2-digit that sold for less, but I guess I'm mistaken. But anyway, so if you see one that has 5 leading zeros or 6 or 7 leading zeros, those are very valuable. This one sold for $42. Okay. Now keep in mind when you put your pictures up, make sure you put them right side. This is a pet peeve of mine, is photos. I'm a big stickler on photos. So make sure you look at your photos when you're putting things up. Put them the right way, okay? It just makes it look more pleasing, okay? Looks like you take more pride and you handle notes better, okay? But this is a circulated note. This one is a 2-digit serial number 33, okay? So it looks to be, kind of creased. It has a corner here that's dinged. Looks to be, somewhat weathered, but still, these are in high demand, really regardless of condition, unless they're torn, okay? But this one here, this one sold for $472.36. I think it was just a best offer that was accepted. So a very nice sale by this person there. So keep your eyes open for these. These are very valuable, all right? Now this this one here, this is an ink smear. Okay, when you look at your notes, if you look at the front of the note, like down here, the front looked totally normal. You would never think anything about it. But when you turn the note over, you see this note has an ink smear. So when you're looking through notes, make sure you turn over and look on the back. Make sure it's centered on the back, and make sure there's, check for any kind of an ink stain or ink smear like this. Okay, now this error note here, this is a 1977, so it's older, and it managed to sell for $50. The older the note, the more it's going to sell for in general, okay? So a newer note would probably not sell for $50, but this one did because it's a 1977, all right? Now this note here, I wanted to show you this. This is a mismatched serial number. It says here on the slab, says mismatched serial number error. Now this silver certificate, if you look on the left here, it starts with 37, okay? This one over here starts with 47. So when you're searching through your notes, make sure you not only look at one serial number, but make sure you take a quick glance at the other side and make sure you're looking to make sure that they match. Make sure the letters and the numbers match on both sides. A lot of people don't look at that, but if you find one that's mismatched, you hit a jackpot. That's going to be worth a lot of money. These are very, very rare to find, okay? Probably 1 in a million notes. They're out there. There's quite a few of these that are, for sale on eBay and Heritage Auctions. But you've got to look for them in order to find them. So this one sold for $475. This one note here, okay? This was graded, of course, as a 65, all right? Now, this one here, these are some more of those matching pairs. This person is pairing $1 bills with $2 bills. Now, they're matching the same serial number. Now, check this out. Now, this person is selling these as zip codes. This is Excelsior Springs, Missouri. This is the Concordia, Missouri zip code, 64020. This is the Holden, Missouri zip code, 64040. So this person markets these as zip code notes, okay? He has the same, $1 and $2 bills, marketing them as zip code. This is genius. And he's selling these for a great sum of money. These bills are selling for $34 a piece. I mean, how genius is that? So if you find any of these notes that have 3 zeros followed by 5 numbers, check to see what zip code they are. If you're going to sell them, consider selling them based on the city, the zip code, and put the description just like this, because this seems to work pretty good. Okay, and this final note here, this is a solid 8 of a kind. I put this in the thumbnail. Now this is a solid. This is literally one. There's only 8 of these for every 96 million notes. They don't make solid 9s. They don't make solid 0s. They only make solid 1s through 8s. So these are literally 1 in 11 million note fine. Okay. So this one here is solid 5s. Now look at the creasing. A lot of people have this in their hands. The corners are bent. There's a crease over here. There's one over here. It's folded here. It's folded over here. Now, people don't know about these. So a lot of people have this in their hands and they let $1,000 go right through their fingertips because they were not in the know. Okay. You and I are in the know now. We know that these are very, very, very valuable. A 1 in 11 or 12 million note here. This sold for about $1,000. So if you find one of these, just know you pull it out of circulation and either keep it or sell it. Okay. Some people get these graded, but these probably don't even have to be graded in this condition. All right. So anyway, so that's a good summary of what sold over the last week. I tried to find a nice wide variety of notes for you to see what's out there, to whet your appetite in terms of what you can find out there. So I'm going to keep posting, probably 3 to 4 videos per week on different types of notes, some short videos and long form videos. So thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for watching. To learn more about other notes, as always, just subscribe to my channel. Binge watch some of my other videos and like and share this video, to show other people that they can make money on this side hustle as well. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you real soon.